This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not translating the lyrics of Boogie Oogie Oogie for bored Europeans, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Has your small business experienced property damage? Apply for the Storefront Repair Fund to receive a $2,000 grant to help cover storefront repair costs. The Seattle Office of Economic Development is investing nearly $2 million to help businesses recover from the economic impact caused by damages to their storefronts. Grants will help cover costs such as broken windows, broken doors, broken locks, and etching on windows. Applications will remain open until all funding is awarded. Application assistance is available in multiple languages at 206-684-8090. For more information and to apply for the Storefront Repair Fund, go to seattle.gov/economic development.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Join your hosts Violetta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. They'll help you navigate the waters of our volatile real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your hard-earned money work to make your dreams come true. Learn about current trends, get tips on financial matters, and have fun, interactive discussions about your home inside and out. That's Real Estate and Money.
Different rules apply when it gets this late, you know what I mean? It's like after hours.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right.
Hello, I'm an unpaid spokesman for DJ Sotovaci. I'd like to invite you to listen to his free-form music show. It's popular music the way it was never intended to be heard. Whatever gets you through the night, late nights, here on Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Whatever gets you through the night.
How would COVID vaccines work in your body? Here are 3 things to know. Number 1, a vaccine is basically a training session for the immune system. Vaccines teach the immune system to look for the key features of a virus. So when a virus does show up, it's ready to fight it off. Number 2, a vaccine gives your body a plan to recognize the virus. Then your immune system starts preparing by making antibodies, fighter cells, that stay in your blood as protection in case the virus tries to invade. What this means is you get immunity against the disease without having to get sick first. Number 3, when enough people's bodies know how to fight off a virus, it has nowhere to go. That slows the spread. When people get a vaccine, we're able to stop the spread quicker and get closer to ending the pandemic. To learn more, go to covidvaccinewa.org. A message from the state of Washington.
You are listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Don't forget to log on www.rainieravenueradio.world.
Hey, good evening. You are at What's Cooking in Columbia City. My illustrious co-host, bon vivant, a woman of the world, Ms. Brenda Charles Edwards. We have a great show. We are, so honored to have these folks come, and I just couldn't help but gush about it because how often do we get somebody who's been written up in the Seattle Times, the Stranger, and the Med, and on top of that, the New York Times. I have been written up, but that they gave me a note to take home from school. That's the only write-up I ever got. But Brenda Charles Edwards. Hello. Hey, before we get started.
Hello.
Yeah, I know. We want to at least mention that our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the young person who was murdered, killed this afternoon at Ingram High School, one of our great public schools, Seattle high schools, Ingram High School. And you are, Ingram. And they caught the suspect. That's good news. The bad news is now the trauma of losing a classmate, losing a family member, losing a friend, etc., is there. And it's just tragic. So again, our hearts are all out to the family and the friends and the students at Ingram High School, the staff as well. And that I know that you share that sentiment very much, Brenda. So
I do. I'm working at a high school right now, and when we heard what was going on, we were just like, oh my gosh, but at the same time, that also put us on an extra alert.
Right.
To make sure that we keep our kids safe.
Yeah.
So, yes, it was horrifying.
News travels fast these days, but bad news travels even faster. It was tragic, very tragic. I was going out the door and I had to stop and watched it, and it said, and when I saw it was SPD, I said, oh, and then I saw it was Ingram High School. Having worked for the district. So moving on, again, our thoughts are prayers with the family. And so I appreciate the fact that these individuals have worked a busy day. They're coming online from their home. So come on, Evan, and is it Magna? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Hey, you guys look just like your picture. You know that? And you saw I did my little thumbnail technical thing with my green screen. And, I'm so proud of myself when I can do that and when it works. But then again, sometimes it doesn't work, that kind of thing. So I got to go back. And I have to be honest, this is the one I wanted to put up. So we're going to do this one. And I'm going to take that off. And, oh, there you are in front of the store. I had to do that picture. You guys look so good. You actually look like you belong in Columbia City, and you do. So that's great. But, and am I pronouncing that right? Is it Magna?
It's Magna.
Magna. So if I said Mahaba, Mahaba, do you speak? I thought you spoke Turkish, or at least you had spent some time.
No, I'm Indian born and raised, so I speak a few different languages.
Oh, I can't. We're not picking you. What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said I'm Indian born and raised.
Ah, okay.
I speak a few different Indian languages, and being a millennial generation, English is my first language.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to kind of. I got some of that on the sound, but again, Evan and Magna, this is Brenda and John, your hosts. We are gonna go into, like I said, the brainchild of it was we had been talking for quite a while about what we can do to highlight the businesses in Columbia City, and she's the one that said, "Hold it! Do you know that there is a restaurant that has been written up in the New York Times?" And of course, I said, "What?" And it was you guys, Off Alley, and I said, "Wow, that is amazing!" And the Times and the Stranger, and you got written up by what's his name? The author of that article on the Stranger was I think it was Jordan.
Yeah.
He's a James Beard Award-winning author, which I said, "Oh my God, these two individuals have all the credentials, so we got to get them on the show if they're available." And thankfully, and we really appreciate you taking the time. I know it's been a busy day for you, but thank you very much. So that's the background. So I know Brenda has some things she wants to ask us. I got some things we want to ask, and we only have so much time, so I'll be quiet and turn it over to my co-host, Brenda Charles Edwards. Thank you, Brenda.
So before I get into that, our producer has said that there's some echo from you guys. And so can you turn your speakers down a little bit?
Yeah, try that. Hopefully that works out.
Oh. Hello? Okay. Oh, doggone it. We got to get it. We got to get you guys.
Is that all right?
That sounds a little bit better.
Say again.
Can you hear us all right? Is that echo better?
Yeah, but there's I don't know what it is. There's a little bit of a fuzz that cuts over when you're speaking. Give me a line. How now, brown cow? Let me hear it. See what that sounds like.
How now, brown cow?
Yeah, we get some of it. We don't get all of it. See, that's the problem. But go ahead. I mean, maybe we can figure it out. Go ahead, Brenda.
Is there another speaker on?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So how did you oops, what was that?
I feel like that worked. I turned it down even further.
It sounds muffled.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's only the only thing is we can hear you with the words, but it's muffled. Um, yeah,
So we'll give it a try because we got to keep going.
because we want to. Yes.
How did you pick Columbia City as your location?
So for me, always South Seattle was always a part of the city that I wanted to be involved in. I grew up in Capitol Hill, and when I worked in Capitol Hill many years ago, there's always a large sense of community, and so a lot of that seems to be that community was either the outskirts of Seattle, and so Seattle seemed like a good community for us to be part of. My wife being from India, a little bit more of a mix. The secondary part is that we really, as much as possible, wanted to be part of this as well. So many of my colleagues had their leases pulled out from underneath their feet because of condos and development in general. So we wanted to be a place where we could be part of community, plant roots, and know that our lease was going to be up in 2 years. Be a part of the city.
Well, that sounds like a good reason. Just one more technical thing. Our producer suggested that you change audio source, go to settings, click auto, and then change your mic in the pull down menu.
Got it. Let's do it.
Yeah, because you sounded clear for in bits and pieces, very clear.
What is that? Does that help?
Say again, Evan, say something.
How now, brown cow?
Well, that's better, but yeah, that's better.
How now, brown cow?
How now, brown cow?
That's
There
good.
you go.
Right there.
Right
Very
there.
good.
All right, so we'll go back.
Well, that's well, we're gonna move on because I got all kinds of stuff I want to ask you. I read your menu. I said that's a show in and of itself.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I want to know though on this menu because it
Oh my
is
God, there it
really exotic. I don't know what else to say. So what my first thought though was, how do you keep all of this fresh? And being in a pandemic, how do you get it?
So as you can see with this
Oh.
So we keep everything.
Oh man, we're missing the dialogue. Doggone it. We can barely hear you. There's darn.
Not our internet. Should be our internet.
I can try switching computers real fast.
But again, I'm gonna tell
No, I'm gonna be wrong limited then. So
Yeah, fair.
I'll get into the same discussion because one of the great features that you change the menu quite often. You have
almost
such
every day.
Yeah, every day it says, and you're never going to get you can come a couple of days in where you'll never get the same item. It's all fresh, local stuff. It takes a lot of, I know it must be prep and all of that stuff, but who's inspiration for the menu items? I mean, oh, it's okay. It said they describe Evan as the chef and Magna. Is it am I pronouncing again? Magna? Is that
Magna.
correct? Magna, you're in the front of the house, so you're the one that meets and greet. Okay, that's very good, and it's a very narrow place because I've been there before, and it's homey, it's real comfortable from the fact that people, hey, you got to come in with people you know, or you're going to get to know the people you come in with, or come in and sit down with because you're so close to each other. But that's good. But your menu items. Evan, you studied, and I knew you cooked in different parts of the country, in the world, in Europe, correct? Paris, etc. Oh, can you? Darn, I missed a lot of that. Can you get closer to? Is there any way you can get closer to the mic?
Sure, I can absolutely
Oh, that's pretty good there. You see somehow we hear you and then you fade out. But I was okay. So you've got as Brenda was saying, you change and you said, Regna, you changed the menu. Uh, and the issue then, or the question then becomes, you make it so fresh. Everything I've read in terms of what the experience of the diners was, outstanding. And like I said, it is it 90% preparation and 10% presentation, that kind of thing. Cooking is just one aspect of it, but presentation and all that. What is your formula for success to get written up like you did?
So for me, I find
I got some of it. Okay.
the flavors and sweet. So honestly, my success, I would
Uh,
how the dish tastes and how it's with how it looks.
okay.
I get a big crowd response and it's delicious. It's food.
Very good. Okay, I got some of that, but it's still an issue with the sound. But now, and I know Brenda, you wanted to ask us a little bit more, so go ahead. I'm gonna
Well,
see
one
what.
thing I'm curious about is upstairs off alley. Is that
What
your
would you like to
that's your
know?
baby? How did you come up with that idea?
In Europe, it's really common for most restaurants to have an apartment upstairs or a place for guests to stay in case they need it. It's in France. It's a very common thing, and we got lucky because the apartment upstairs, the lease came up for renewal, and our friends were actually staying there, and we found out that it was coming up for lease. And we kind of needed a spot to allow a space for our staff to relax. They needed the time to do it rather than run home. And figured why not? We give it a shot and offer it up as a guest apartment for anyone who wants to stay there overnight. A couple of add-on benefits of being there is that one, you're in the heart of Columbia City. You don't have to stay downtown. It's a little bit more neighborhoody. It's easy access from the light rail and all of the public transportation.
Uh-huh.
It's an apartment that I curated with the help of a friend, done up really nicely. So it feels like home. It's not a nameless faceless hotel room. And we offer breakfast from Thursday to Sunday mornings. And people who book with us have the benefit of being able to access a reservation at Off Alley at times we don't typically offer to people. And also get a free bottle of wine if you come and stay with us.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You're coming in very clear.
That sounds
Your
very nice.
your audio is very clear.
It might be just my timbre of my voice.
Hmm. Well, Evan must be very soft spoken.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
look,
not.
Hardly at all.
hardly. Well, again, reading, and again, please forgive. I'm reading up about you, and getting bits and pieces of information. And as Brenda asked, why Columbia City? What did you know about Columbia City before you came here? You said you spent some time in Capitol Hill, right, Evan? Correct?
Yeah, so I spent most of my youth growing up living in I haven't gone to Columbia City at a young point. I was I worked in I worked from I used to get down here wonderful food and restaurants and I think I actually might have so I spent time down in Columbia City as a young adult and loved the neighborhood, loved the
Mm-hmm.
historic district, had a lot of history to it. And so when looking to, as I said, find my own roots somewhere, I wanted to go somewhere that had a lot of natural history than a new development or new buildings, new build outs. So Columbia City was my very first pick. And I didn't think it was really going to be an option find such.
Oh, that's good. Because looking at your the day when you actually started operate, right in the middle of a pandemic. It just the timing was interesting. I think when you officially opened was what 2020? Is that correct?
Yeah, we
Um,
opened our doors on August 2020.
wow.
We got our keys Christmas Eve 2019.
Oh my gosh. So you guys had a head full of ideas and a heart full of hope, as they say. Very good, and we're just glad you
Pretty
stuck
much.
it out. And that's one of the reasons why we want to do this show is to highlight again the businesses that we're able to stay and keep going, and that kind of stuff. So Brenda and I talked about it. So Brenda, go ahead. If you have another questions, I have a couple more too that I want to get into. So go ahead.
So what are your hours and days of the week that you're open?
So we are open Wednesday to Saturday for dinner from 5 p.m. onward. And on Sunday, we do lunch from 1 to 6.
Okay.
So when's the best time to go for lunch or for dinner? As far as
Honestly, our whole approach to our food, and you've probably seen this, is that we kind of don't distinguish between lunch and dinner. We think you should get pretty much the same experience no matter when you show up. And so our menu for lunchtime is very similar to our dinner menu. The one that you just posted was our menu from this Sunday from lunch. And really the only difference is that we serve duck babies until they last. They sell out, they sell out. And we move on with life. And at 4 p.m. we unveil kind of like Sunday supper situation for anything bigger or party or plate. And that's it.
do you need reservations?
You don't need reservations, but if you want reservations, we offer them for between 5 and 5:45 from Wednesday to Saturday. And it's first come, first served PM onwards, and Sunday is all first come, first served.
Thank you.
So you do a whole array. I'm looking at it. You do soups, you do entrees, you do sweetbread and beef tongue, pot pie. And that's what I read. I said sweetbread, beef tongue, pot pie. Oh my gosh, that's some down home cooking, Evan and Megna. I mean, that's basically my family. Well, my I guess adopted family. They into chitlin, sweetbread, all of that stuff. Interesting. So let me ask you this: what is if I was to ask you to pick what your best dish is, if you were going to serve it, I don't know, to somebody famous, whatever. I'm not famous, but pick a dish. What would be your signature dish if you could do that?
That's real tough. I always lean towards local food in general. Honestly, like really, I love doing these pot pies. It's a super fun way for me to use different ingredients. Some of them might be a little esoteric for some people, but a really great way to get people to try new dishes, new meats. And I think the fall is one of my favorite seasons, and so we change things all the time. Pot pies are one of the few things that we kind of continually keep on the fall menu and the winter menu. They're just warm and comforting, and something that I kind of grew up eating, and something I love kind of recreating.
Very nice. Now, where did you grow up, if I could ask?
I grew up on Whidbey Island.
Okay.
Wow.
You're local, kind of local. And again,
Local,
maybe
grew up on Whidbey, but growing up on Whidbey as a teenager is not a lot of time in Seattle as a young kid. Basically, as soon as I could drive, spent all my time in Seattle as much as I could.
Well, I used to have to drive to Whidbey Island for my son. He was with the Marine Corps, and Whidbey Island, the Naval Air Station.
Yeah.
So Magna, where are you originally? I read, but I want you to share with us where you grew up, if I could ask.
I grew up primarily in India.
Yeah.
My grandparents still live there. My grandmother lives there. And then in my 20s, I moved out to Paris for a job. I used to be a corporate lawyer in a previous life. And so I moved out for a job in Paris. And I did that for a good long time. And then somewhere in between, we met in Paris. And once it became clear that he wanted to move home to open up his restaurant, the choice was to either come back and go back to law school and bury myself So here we are.
That's beautiful. You guys, and I'm looking at the two of you. You look like you guys are having a heck of a lot of fun. More fun than
That's true.
more fun than a barrel of monkeys, if you don't mind me using that old time frame. Okay, Brenda, you can ask next what I asked, what I need to ask.
I have to do this every week.
Yes, with me, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but we are going to get you. We are going to work out the technical issues because I got to get you back on again. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely, because you had a lot to say and we missed out on it, and I look forward for you guys coming back because I'm still, I looked at the menu and
yes,
I love fish, but I have to say I'm pretty particular about the type of fish. So I'm curious on the octopus.
Yes.
How was that prepared?
So we blended it 3 times with red wine corks, as per his tradition, with little Italian and Spanish old ladies. And then we cook it for about half an hour in the same liquid. And then after it's been cooked until it's tender, we put it on our charcoal grill, which then allows it to get a little crispy and crunchy on the outside. So crispy interior and then tender interior. And then we'll serve it with various different sets throughout the season. If it's squid ink black rice, if it's roasted potatoes with smoked aioli, all sorts of different preparations. Octopus is that's my neck right here. Actually,
wow,
one of my favorite ingredients. And so we'll kind of keep it on the menu in and out for most of the year as and change kind of how we prepare it or how we serve it with what vegetables all the time.
So what does it taste? What is the taste similar to? I'm trying to get an idea of what
I would say any kind of grilled meat.
any kind of what?
Any kind of grilled meat.
Oh, really?
Serve it off of charcoal grill. Smoky and hard and grilled. And the texture is, I would say, akin to pork, honestly.
Or like grilled squid.
Yeah.
Like grilled squid, right? Oh,
grilled squid.
You have a.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You have a dish with matsutake.
Yeah.
Of course.
With my Japanese heritage, my mom and dad used to go looking for that stuff. Go hunting it out in the forest. So you have a wide range of I don't want to say fusion. I don't want to say but you've incorporated a number of to me cultures and things that just look so magnificent. I thought I had seen something. Yeah, smoked Brussels, but you have the octopus, which I thought was interesting, and then you have, of course, the regular fish, cod, but you also have snails, escargot.
So the big thing for us is always just trying to use the bounty of it. And so we're lucky that buckets grow wonderfully here, and it's one of my favorite ingredients in the entire world. The snails, same thing, is a very small farmer. He actually lives in Seward Park. He grows the snails in Quilcene off the Hood Canal. And as best of my understanding is, I buy everything that he has every 2 weeks. That's how small the farm is. He makes pounds every 2 weeks, and that's what I buy. And so the idea very much so is that while we don't try to exist in like that fusion food style, so to speak, the idea is I try to work exclusively with as many local products, the best quality local products that I can, and then cook the food the best way I can with whatever various techniques. And so we try to keep things homogenous, and so they don't get off the rails, so to speak. So a lot of my influence comes from either growing up in Pacific Northwest, living in Spain, or living in France. And so those are kind of the focal points of my.
Very nice. Man, this is really so interesting. And this is only what we took a photograph of the menu that was on the internet, and like I said, I walked by because I was in the neighborhood. I walked by and I saw it on the board, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" And like I said, it does change. I was looking at the Dutch baby, and then you have the soups, which I thought were just outstanding: hand-cut noodles with poached chicken, lobster, mushroom, goose broth.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
whole geese in a week
Yeah.
ago, and so we deboned the whole geese and then smoked the meat that was left with all the bones. So I made a rich goose stock with goose bones.
Really?
So
'Cause
pretty much just like the goose in it.
I have to try that because I've never had, goose broth. That's interesting. Very
So,
interesting.
John, you're going to have to
I'll be
try
quiet.
it next time because our time is up.
I know we are. I know. So, well, but then again, I
But
just
we
have
look forward to coming in and tasting these delicacies that you have to offer.
Yes.
And
We'd love to. We'd love to.
when's happy hour?
Never. All the time.
happy hour. I saw the mixed drinks that you serve too online. Really interesting. Really interesting. Who does the mixing?
So we have a general manager in charge of our cocktail program, and we work with the kitchen to make the cocktail program seasonal as well. And we work with anything that the kitchen wants to do.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it, and we will have you back on again.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely. Happy to do it again and work out the technical difficulties at the time.
Well, this is great. You guys continue success. You guys are just a real pearl to our neighborhood, and we really appreciate the fact that you're here and you're part of our neighborhood now. And I love to see people who do what they do and they're having fun doing it, and that's so beautiful. We have fun in our own kind of different way, right, Brenda?
Bye, John.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Magna.
Take care, you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
You will.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.